7:05 on CJAD. Welcome to another season of today's Entrepreneur, inspiring stories from outstanding business people. Dan Delmar with you again for another season, along with Josh Miller of Fuller Landau. Josh, it's been a few months. How you doing?
Doing great. What a phenomenal summer.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful summer, and I can't wait for another season. This is our fifth season, right?
We're getting somewhere around there, absolutely.
Yeah. So profiling outstanding entrepreneurs and a couple of Montreal entrepreneurs who have been making waves not only nationally but internationally are the German brothers, Jon and Marvin of Yay Yogurt, and they join us here in studio. Jon, Marvin, welcome to CJD.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Great. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming in, and particularly Jon, because I know you're a bit of in trouble with the wife, so we have to send out a happy birthday off the top of the show.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dan. A big shout out to Joanne, my wife Joanne, my beautiful wife Joanne, the nicest wife in the world, and it's her birthday today, and we want to say a nice happy birthday to Joanne, and hope she's having a great day, and I'll be home soon, okay?
Great. So let's talk some yogurt, and why don't you guys first tell us a bit about Yay Yogurt for those that don't know, because I mean you guys are fairly present all around Montreal. You're sprouting up all over the place, but tell us about Yay.
Okay.
What do you guys do? What's the product? Just to get.
Well, it's Yay Yogurt and Café, so we're a self-serve yogurt concept. Started here in Montreal in 2008. First store was on Saint Laurent Street, across from Schwartz's. I think everybody knows Schwartz's. Mm-hmm. And that's where we first saw Yay Yogurt.
Quickly became a destination. We had people coming literally from all over Montreal, Dollar des Ormeaux, Laval. It was just like one store that people, word of mouth, no advertising, basically marketing, great tasting yogurt, fun place to come and have self-serve yogurt, first of its kind in Montreal, and it just attracted a lot of people.
You say first of its kind. Is there really no other competition? And where did this originate? Where did the idea come from?
Originally, it's Korean. It's a Korean concept originally, and basically the concept went from, let's say, Korea to Los Angeles. A lot of food concepts start in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles was the first ones to introduce, the first city, I think, to introduce, from what we know, frozen yogurt. And that's where we experienced it going back 2006. Friends, business acquaintances brought us out there and said, hey, why don't you try this frozen yogurt? Actually, we didn't like it the first time we tried it. It was, I guess, an acquired taste.
It was more of a tart taste.
And
the new yogurt.
It wasn't a self-serve concept, but nevertheless, we travel a lot. Went back again, and but the craze, like a lot of crazes that start out in California or anywhere, soon started making its way east. And but the minute we had the concept out here in Montreal, people, the people that are trendy and they find the places.
Now, when you're first seeing this product, are you saying, hey, there's a missing link in Montreal, or do you think well beyond that? Well beyond Montreal, that is.
When we first discovered the yogurt concept, was very early. So you're talking 05, 06, 07. This is just starting. It's not even east yet. It's really more in Los Angeles. Most of the players are in Los Angeles, and just the wave just starts coming towards the east. And we saw this coming over the last 3 years. We knew today that although we're one of the players here, there's many more players. There's a lot of players in the U.S., and there'll be more players coming to Canada. But we always saw this coming, because this is a phenom, this whole yogurt trend.
No, and it absolutely is. Listen, with certainly healthy living and the options that people want to have, but then it becomes, of course, this location decision. It's in California, which is, of course, great. It's trendy. It's a health food, certainly mecca.
Healthy, yeah.
Then you got to find locations. Now, you guys are from Montreal, so Montreal's a natural option. But let's talk locations for a minute. Where was the first location? Why was the first location where it was?
Well, the first location is where the
McGill schools. McGill. We the first location
in the classrooms.
Not well, yeah. We'd love to put them in the classrooms. Put a machine in every classroom. But basically, you want to be where you wanted to be where a lot of the kids. It's a young, trendy experience, and our demographic for Yay is a young, vibrant crowd of college kids, high school kids that embrace Yay yogurt big time, and we love the kids, and we love that whole vibe that they bring to it, and that whole social media that goes along with Yay yogurt, and the all experience that kids love to do.
So when you're thinking locations, you're thinking demographics?
Always. Well, it's everything's location, location, location. We could paint this. Our vision is to paint the whole city and the whole country pink. As you've seen on the streets of Montreal and everywhere. So basically, I mean, by the time we leave the studio here, it's going to be pink too. So
it's good for radio. People can see it well.
Yeah, I was very surprised when we came in today. There was no hair and makeup. I thought we'd have hair and makeup. We wore our best suits today. And then, okay.
Now you guys have not been in the food business before, have you? Like, what's been your experience to say, hey, there's this food business out there, we're going to attack it? What was your history?
We've been in the food business before because we're as twins. My mother used to always say, we're looking at each other's plate who had more food, and she says, mind your own business. So we've been in the food business before. No, actually, we've never been in the food business. We are in the fashion apparel business. We've been in the fashion apparel business for over 35 years, and we're still in the apparel business. And we started off, this was a hobby. We had no intention. I mean, this was like fun. It was a good place to go hang out, meet a lot of people, and eat yogurt every day. And, Marv spent every night. He'd go down to the when we're not traveling. He'd be always hanging out at the yogurt. He was our best customer.
So at the beginning, this wasn't a plan to be a full-fledged business. I'm going to build it and sell it one day. It was just kind of, let's see where it goes.
Started off with the one store, and then we were going to open maybe a couple more, 3, 4 more, and then all of a sudden, a lot of people started asking us, "You guys franchising?" So that's where, after our third store, first store Saint Laurent and Pine. The second store we opened was St. Catherine and Guy, and that's right near Concordia. So with that university crowd, that's key in this business. Talking about location. So you guys are in the schmutza business. Did you fear that maybe you were getting into a business that you weren't familiar with, and how did you overcome that sort of uncharted territory? This was a trend, and we're in the trend business, and
whether it's an item that in the schmuttas, whether it's an item that we want to do in our garments, we recognize a trend and we jump into it. Yeah, this is totally out of our spectrum. We've been in the garment business. Maybe we need a little more excitement now, and But
we're looking for another challenge as well. So this has been pretty good.
No, and I would imagine that there's a lot of your experience and history in running a business is running a business. Whether depending on the product, the service, you guys certainly have developed enough experience in dealing with various people and various products and various trends and various marketing to at least transplant a chunk of that knowledge over to the new place.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
So much of it.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot, listen, we have a lot of experience in business. The business that we're in the fashion and the garment business and accessories and all the other, and any item that, or opportunity that comes our way, we're open for opportunities, even in our garment business, whether it's in garments, whether it's in accessories, whether it's in shoes. If someone came to us with the right opportunity in any type of item that we think made sense, we would probably partner up with them and embrace it and go with it if we thought it was great.
It doesn't have to be garments.
And we've done that. Now this one, being in the yogurt business, was basically taking a lot of that knowledge. The only difference here is that in the garment business, what we do is we sell to the retailer. And selling to the retailer is basically, we still have to run today. We have to run the retailer's business for them. We manage the stock positions. We replenish them. We do all the analytical stuff. We analyze their business. So we're running the business for them.
And now you are the retailer.
Right. Now we are the retailer. So what we had, which we love meeting the customers. We love the fact that we can market to the customers, have direct conversations with them. They tell us, it's like every day people are telling us, you should do that, you should do this, you should do this. And we're doing everything they want, or we're going to be doing it, but everyone has great ideas.
And I'm sure it comes with challenges equally important.
7:20 on CJAD 800. Dan Delmar and Josh Miller with Fuller Landau on today's Entrepreneur. And we profile exciting entrepreneurs every Monday night, most Monday nights here at 7 on CJAD 800. And for our season premiere, we have the infamous Yay Yogurt brothers, Jon and Marvin Gurman. And guys, earlier we were talking about how this business got set up. And Josh, you want to sort of move into marketing?
Well, I think what we left off was retail. These guys have been in the wholesale business trying to help retailers, their customers, for many years. Now they're in it themselves. So I kind of want to ask that question first is, how did you guys manage to maneuver and learn the retail business direct? What did you learn most from it? What changes have you made in the last few years?
So I think basically obviously the difference is that we got to pick great locations. We never had to worry about that before. And, in the retail business and real estate business, location is everything. 90% of any retail business is location, or even more. I'll say 90. Could be
So
80.
it's not the customer experience.
Let's get this
Let's get
first
them in
thing
the
straight.
door.
First thing straight is location, location, location. I just made that up, by the way.
Never heard of it before.
Okay. So we could do all the advertising, we can do the greatest marketing jobs. We have the greatest product, but if you don't have the right location, especially in our type of business, and there's a guy that's a block away, could be 2 stores down, 3 stores down, and he's just got that location, you're going to lose business, especially to a competitor. So, and you're always going to
Any
make
location errors or bad judgments?
I was just going to say, you beat me to it. We've made a couple of mistake. I won't say mistakes. We lost a couple of good spots that that we wanted and we should have taken. And we beat ourselves up a lot about it. And but we get back on the horse and we keep going. So you're not perfect, and you are gonna make those errors, but you get up and you keep going. We have a saying: you go, you get. You don't go, you don't get.
Now, I feel like your strategy is to really hit all the trendy commercial areas in Montreal, because I'm in the Monkland Village and I see you guys there on St. Catherine. You're sort of hitting all of those trendy spots. Is that part of your strategy?
Yeah, it's John again speaking. I'm not even letting Marvin speaking here, but we'll get to Marvin soon. It's called the Jon Gurman Show here right now. All right, so listen. So our strategy is to we know where we want to be. We want to be where a lot of traffic. We first want to be where a lot of traffic is. Part of our image, we have a sophisticated yogurt experience. I don't even like to call them yogurt shops. We're a sophisticated yogurt experience where we want people to come there. We want people to lounge. We want people to enjoy the experience. We have free Wi-Fi. We have coffee. We're going to get it. We'll talk to you guys later about our crepes that we have and all our alternative products. But we want that experience for people to be like, if you go to Starbucks, it's that type of thing, and that's what we're trying to chase. So the locations that we're picking are trendy, very trendy locations from the inner city, the urban locations like that, and going out towards the suburbs. We want to also pick the right spots. But Marv, I like if it fit in there.
No, and I think the location is a huge part of your marketing aspect. And I think when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about maybe a little social media and how you get your message out to the customers to bring them in.
Another commercial?
Another commercial, then back with more
we should
from
have done
Jon
a Yay
and
Yogurt
Marvin.
commercial.
Jon and Marvin Gurman from Yay Yogurt. Today's Entrepreneur on CJAD 800. 7:35 on CJAD 800. Dan Delmar and Josh Miller of Fuller Landau with you for today's Entrepreneur, inspiring stories from outstanding business people. We start our 5th season here Monday nights at 7 on CJAD, Josh. and a couple of real characters. The Yay Yogurt twins, Jon and Marvin Gurman, are with us. And first of all, let's deal with some of the family dynamics here. Now, you guys are twin brothers. How does it work when you face a problem in business? We ask this a lot with our entrepreneurs. When you face a problem and you're just at a deadlock, is there someone to break the tie, or do you guys find that you agree more often than not?
I think we always agree to agree. So never an issue, really. I don't think we have ever had a real issue. We have some good advisors around us too. It's always good to have good advisors, and we have in-house advisors and outside advisors. Maybe not as good as Fuller Landau, but pretty good.
Unpaid. Look at that.
I gave you an unpaid advertisement.
What about your roles? I mean, you guys, do you overlap a lot? Do you guys have your strengths that you kind of, one does more marketing and talking? I don't know who that would be. And the other one is maybe a little bit more admin, or maybe concentrates on other parts of the business.
I think Jon gravitates to the marketing, loves the marketing. And I think I'm more sales driven. I look for more locations. Franchisees, the franchisee opportunities, I deal with that, and we leave the marketing. Not that Jon can't do all that, because he's.
But Marv likes he likes to go and work with the franchisees, and he likes to do the locations.
Yeah, I get excited about a good location. That gets me really, really excited. You find
and I get excited about marketing that good location.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's a win-win.
Exactly.
So were you guys always in business together, going back to when you were kids? Is this how you?
Yeah, in the garment business, my father started our garment business, and it was a small business and then we came in. We were young, 17 years old, and we learned actually everything. We know the started. He gave us our start, and basically, he was a one man show. My mother was in the Zelda. My mother Zelda was in the hi Ma. They worked hard. They worked hard, and they did everything they can to support the family, and then we came into the business. My father had sales power. He had the two of us out on the road, and basically we built the business with him.
It seems like there's a lot of mutual respect and understanding, and you understand that there's people involved, and they're important to the team, to the aspect of success. Tell us a little bit about your human resource side of the business, and is it difficult to find people? How much do you rely on your team? Let's start when you first got into this and you were building the team at the outset, because your guys' knowledge of this particular sector was lacking. What's your first step?
You try to start hiring people that can help, and it doesn't always happen with the first person you hire. It usually happens, my feeling, after the third try, you finally connect and you find the right people. Very rare that there's the first person you hire. It does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't, but
did it happen with you?
With me?
Well, with
yeah, with us. Yeah, we were. Yeah, my father was. He got lucky with us.
I meant when you guys were looking for your team.
For our team, no. Listen. We have a great team, but it takes time, and we're always looking to grow our team and get better. It's a big challenge to get the right people. Not easy. Very, very difficult. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. But if you get the right people, it really makes the difference.
In looking at you guys working together for a long time, do you guys have similar management styles or philosophies? And what would that be?
Yeah, we're pretty.
We're twins.
Are you open?
We're very open, and we think the same. So
the one thing that we look for is we want to find people that are better than we are. There's people that are better than we are at a lot of things that we're not great at. Like details. I really can't. Big picture, yeah, details on it. That's why we need the great people around us and smarter than us at those things. And it's very important that
it's people who could take that position and run with it.
Where do you find them? Where have you been fortunate to find
some
your
of them
people?
come out of operations that are maybe not in the yogurt business, but in the food business. Like they could come out of a coffee chain. Hi, Mitch. I know Mitch is in the background there, and he works with us in operations, and he's doing a great job for us and opening the stores from Toronto to New Brunswick. Hey, Mitch, how's that shout out, man? Not bad, eh?
He's on his BlackBerry working, I think.
Yeah. He was in the other studio listening to the rock show. Okay, look at that. So you got to have great people around you that come from the environment that you want to put them in. And so
How many people are you today at Yay Yogurt?
15, but
15 corporate.
Right.
That's not including people in the stores. That's that's corporate head office. Okay, and a lot of we're fortunate because there's no way that you could do what we're doing if we didn't have the backing of J Corp, both financially and the infrastructure of the team that we have there from our COO. I'll give Jack a call out there, and our other staff, our whole other staff at J Corp, everyone that pitches in to help Yay Yogurt.
So can you imagine doing this startup without all that support?
Impossible. It's not impossible. Not impossible. Nothing's impossible. So slap me. Nothing's impossible.
That was not his brother. He actually
I slapped myself. It's not impossible. You can't grow as fast as, let's say, we're growing, and we don't want to grow too fast. But you wouldn't be able to do it if you don't have the infrastructure. Forget it. If you don't have the infrastructure or the finances, you wouldn't be able to do it as fast. Impossible.
Now, you guys, and I know we spoke a little bit about location, but there's a lot of the community that's just surrounding. What do you guys think, and what's your philosophy about community give back, and how has that entered your corporate picture?
Well, we always gave back to the community, always, big time. It's a big priority for us. Always giving it from the time we were in the, in the clothing, started in the clothing business was big to all the charities But you almost don't have a choice because when you're out there and you're getting hit up by everybody, so but it's not an issue. If we're doing well, we're giving back. By the way, we're not doing that well yet, and we're just investing the money. So don't call us yet.
But there is tomorrow, and I know you guys, when you got into it, it's a hobby, but it's become a business. So and it also started in California, so there is some international aspect to it. It's not just going to be Montreal. Are there plans? Like, what is the goal for the beyond Montreal?
Right now, we're in Montreal. We're in Toronto. We've opened up in Halifax, New Brunswick, upstate New York, Boston, San Diego, and soon to be Brooklyn. So I think for Canada, we're going to go right across Canada. So that's on the table.
What's the biggest challenge when you're looking for that next location not in your hometown?
I think we're a franchise operation. So our biggest challenge is finding the right partners, area developers, to help us grow those territories. So the same thing like finding great people, employees to help our business on that side. We got to find great franchise partners to help us grow this thing.
Have you found there's a city that's the easiest or best to do business, and conversely, is there one that's really difficult?
Well, I think
Toronto in Canada. Yeah. Toronto is definitely going to be our toughest challenge, but we love that challenge. We're coming, Toronto. Watch out, all you yogurt, other yogurt stores. Right. Watch them out, baby. We're coming.
We'll be on.
We're doing, we'll be on breakfast television Wednesday morning at 6 a.m.
for your early risers.
But we're at CJD Marv right now. But listen,
okay.
The other thing is, but to answer your question, we love the Maritimes. We love the Maritimes. We love Canada. We love every inch of it. We're going to the Yukon. We're going to the Northwest Territories. We're coming.
Yeah, we get hit up from all over the world today. People interested in. We got hit up today from India.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah. So we're going to go all over Canada. Like I said, I'm going to send my son Cole all the way out to the Yukon for a while. He's 18. He's 18 years old, and he'll take the Yukon. I'll give him the franchise for Yukon and stuff like that. Yeah. Even I got. But we need. Listen, we have a lot of opportunities for a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of people that want a business, that want to work. We've created business. So if there are people out there that want to get into business, reach out to us.
I think and franchising has become a huge aspect. And that's something we haven't touched upon yet. But when we come back, I know franchising is going to be
And
an
I'm not talking
important
about one
aspect
store,
of our,
Josh.
oh yeah, even more.
I'll give them a territory.
It's all about location, right, John?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll delve into franchising with Nick Moraitis, tax partner at Fuller Landau. That's after the break, so any questions, if you have one for franchising, send us a quick text message to 514-800. Today's entrepreneur on CJAD 800, Jon and Marvin Gurman of Yay Yogurt are our guests.
And when we left, I think we've established that a good part of the marketing for Yeah Yogurt is location, location, location. I'm pretty sure we got that down pat.
Wait,
but beyond that,
Josh, and location.
I'm well aware of that. And beyond that, other than location, is there's got to be other aspects. There's got to be either social media. I don't know if you guys do print or other. I mean, of course, there's the cars. What marketing aspects have you ventured into? Anything that worked really well, or anything that maybe didn't work so well?
Well, I think from day one we've been on the social media thing for sure. That's been huge for us, and every day we're updating it. We're posting everything that we do, what's happening in the Yay world.
Do you measure it? Do you know if there's a benefit to it?
We're always measuring it. We have guys, our analysts are measuring it all the time. We're on top of this, Josh.
Yeah, well, we have close to 9,000 likes on our Facebook, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, what do you think?
Very good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And, listen, social media, we have kids. Our kids are 17, 18 years old, and we get a lot of feedback from that. My daughter, Raquel, she does the Yay Yogurt Instagram. We love hanging out with the kids. And we have so much fun with. I do. I don't want to say. I like hanging around with the kids better than I do with the adults. But
You can even catch us on a Saturday night in one of our stores, making waffle bowls, hanging out there, speaking to the customers, and we really enjoy that too. Getting the feedback.
Well, certainly, as you mentioned, your demographic is certainly all ages, but with the use of social media works. What about other than social media? Is there anything more conventional or non-conventional?
Well, John is our marketing expert here. So I'll let John answer.
But Marv, you've been doing all the talking, so no. Okay, I'll take it from here. So listen, I love marketing. Okay, I love coming up with, and you know what? You have to really, really do things out of the box, and you got to really do things that you don't expect the next person to do and stuff like that. Because you got to make a difference between yourself and all the other clutter out there, and rise above it. So I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm a great marketer or anything. I think I was born, with like coming up with these ideas and stuff like that, and I'm able to now express them, being in the retail business and directing it right to the public. I've always had these ideas, but being in the wholesale business, I wasn't able to execute them like I am today. And executing them today in the retail business is really, you see now what's coming out. It's like I'm like, it's all coming out of me.
He's about to burst.
I'm about to burst. And I don't have red blood. I have pink blood. Okay. So what was the question again, Josh?
Exactly. Do you outsource your marketing, or you keep everything internally? Like you bouncing ideas off of various.
Everything's internally. We have just a couple of people around us, and we start with one idea, and then so if it was the pink cars. I mean, I came up with the pink car, for just before Grand Prix, and it had nothing to do with Grand Prix weekend. I just woke up one morning and said, "This is what I want to do," and I did it, and then Grand Prix weekend was coming.
Jon and Marvin Gurman of Yay Yogurt. Sounds like they're having a lot of fun, right? We'll more with them on Today's Entrepreneur. 7:50 on Today's Entrepreneur, Dan Delmar and Josh Miller of Fuller Landau, with our guests Jon and Marvin Gurman of Yay Yogurt, and we bring into the conversation Nick Moraitis, tax partner at Fuller Landau. How you doing, Nick?
Very well yourself.
Good. So most of the Yay locations are franchises, so it's appropriate, Josh, that we delve into franchising.
I think there's so many aspects to this topic, because it's not just it's franchises, is no question. It's also a startup business. It's also a family business. So I think there's so many topics going through Nick's mind. We'll kind of let him talk a little bit about a few of those topics, and we'll
hard
just
for
kind
me to do, Josh.
Wind him up and go.
But I figured that being that the season was starting, we were looking at, well, what if you're starting a business, whether you're acquiring one or acquiring a franchise, or you're just starting brand new. Obviously, if you're starting brand new, lots of discussion, lots of decisions you have to make. Should it be a company? Should it be my own business? Should it be a partnership? If you're acquiring a business, such as a franchise, you're usually going into a corporate environment. It's easier to finance. And you're usually looking to either sometimes pay a lump sum amount up front and/or a royalty on sales going down over time. So what are you looking at is, well, if I'm paying something up front, do I ever get to write that amount off over time? And the tax rules will allow you to write some of that cost off over time. If I'm having to borrow money to acquire this asset, will I get my interest written off? Because there's very special rules. It's stuff that you have to look at. If you're doing it all alone, then you're sole shareholder, then that's usually an easy decision to do who's going to be the shareholder of the company. But nowadays, with a lot of the tax planning, you sometimes have to look harder. Should you be the sole shareholder? Should the family be involved? Should you be starting to look at family trust if you have a lot of confidence in the franchise? But what if it's you and a couple of guys or gals getting together and you're going to be partners in this and you're going through a corporate vehicle? Well, should we be looking at who's going to be the shareholders? What's the percentages? Then you're talking about shareholders agreements. What happens if I'm working and you're not? And what happens if I want to leave at 5 and you're going to stay and work at 7? All these rules come in. And that's all part of that business initiation as to what I want to do. And you're just drawing this on a piece of paper at that stage.
Jon, Marvin, I mean, you guys, I mean, even though we're talking a lot about the marketing and the fun aspect, there's certainly the behind the scenes structure side of it. That's something I presume that was forefront in your mind at some point early on when you're kind of getting into this hobby, so to speak.
Yeah, no, it's a great point, because a lot of stuff is the fun stuff. I even tell my people when we're doing the marketing, it's fun, but we gotta drive sales. We gotta drive customers into the stores. So it's very important that everything we do is thinking in our heads, how do we drive the customer to the store? It's very important. And that's why for the month of October, that when you come in and get a crepe, we got crepes coming. We're going to be a free coffee for the month of October with every crepe that you buy. Thanks for bringing that up, Nick. Okay, but we always have to think about. You always have to think about what how you're going to get sales, because the sales pay for the marketing. So you need always thinking how you're driving customers to the store, which brings us up to we're going to have some specials on yogurt.
That part we got.
Sorry, Nick.
Nick,
Josh.
we'll let you continue.
That's okay.
Did I answer your question? I don't even know if I answered your question.
Well, we were talking a little bit more about structure.
But one of the, I guess another little added viewpoint, if you already have a business and now you're looking to acquire another business, whether, in this case, you went from garment industry into the food industry. That means there is already probably a corporation. There's already shareholders. You're not getting into another business. There's a whole bunch of tax issues now that kick up. There's usually special concessions on the tax rates for existing businesses on the first $500,000 of profits of a business. Now you're getting into a second business. Well, that $500,000 gets shared between these two businesses all of a sudden, unless you start looking at the shareholdings and start seeing who's doing the work. See, can you divide that so you get these favorable rates? And when you're getting these favorable rates and you're borrowing money to invest, that means there's more cash after tax to go and reduce your bank debt. So that becomes a serious consideration, especially when you're looking to start a business when you already have one existing.
More on franchising with Nick Moraitis of Fuller Landau, as well as Jon and Marvin Gurman of Yay Yogurt. 7:57 on today's Entrepreneur Remaining Moments with Jon and Marvin Gurman of Yay Yogurt, and Nick Moraitis here with us, Josh, to talk about franchising from Fuller Landau.
Any one or two other aspects quick before we start?
Two quick things on franchising. When you are paying for an amount to get that initial franchise, don't get it into your head that that's an immediate write-off against your initial profits. It's something that the government will allow you to write off over a period of time. And if it's an indefinite franchise, you're basically amortizing it, give or take 5% a year. So it's going to take a while. The second thing is when you're doing the negotiation and get the franchise rights, you have to look at what those rights entail. Quite a few people, especially getting into a lot of franchises, will hold the franchise rights in a corporation that's separate from the corporation that's actually operating the business of the franchise. So if that corporation that's operating the business at the franchise at such and such a location doesn't do well and has to shut down, when the creditors come in, the rights to, say, operate Yay Yogurt is sitting in another company, and that may allow you to open up somewhere else. Obviously, that's a detail, a very big detail that's got to get negotiated. That's the two things I would look out for in franchising.
And I think there's so many aspects of franchising that we just can't get to them all. But as we come to the end of the show, as we've done many times in the past, we're going to turn to Marv and John separately, and I don't know who will jump in first. It's a mystery. But if you look at you guys, and if you had to give one piece of advice to today's entrepreneur, what would that advice be?
Oh, be prepared to work. Yeah, if you're not prepared to work, don't get into it. The franchise is the concept could be a great concept. You can have a great location as well. That really helps a lot. But you have to drive your business be on top of your business like any other business. You gotta drive. You gotta push that business to make it work.
Yeah, so almost as similar to what Marv's saying is that to anybody who's a franchisor, not the franchisee. I'll talk to the franchise. Anyone that's thinking of franchising their business out. The franchisee, who is your greatest asset, can also be your worst enemy. So you got to really take care of your franchisees. But if we've learned that the franchisees out there, they depend a lot. They depend too much on the franchisors. And and no matter how much you do, if those franchisees don't run their stores, don't market their stores, don't do community events and everything, okay, the franchisee is not doing their job. So both parties have to do their job.
And I think, Dan, the takeaway today is, wow, certain passion, enthusiasm, love your business, and
lots of fun.
Work hard, lots of fun.
Josh, thanks very much. Thanks to Marvin and John from Yay and Nick Moraitis as well. We're back in 2 weeks, Josh, for today's entrepreneur.
Correct.